Boston 2%, author of Fire and Ice, the Meth Bible, and I'm chatting with Staxx.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Boston 2%.
And now this dude, all these drug dealers, you know, if it was like the movies where they drive big fancy cars and stuff, I wouldn't have been able to support my drug habit. Everybody's broke. Everybody's just, you know, getting high and banging bag chasers. It's a wild, wild ride, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he walks up the stairs, right? And he puts the gun, and he's so, because he's a drug addict too. He's quaking, and I thought he was going to shoot me by accident. Personally, I thought I was just like frozen. I was like, I don't know what I did, man, but I didn't do it. And he's like, he said, Boston, are you my wife? And I was like, nah, man. I'm like, I'm up here with so-and-so. I'm like, I've been up here the whole time. I'm like, I seen her in the parking lot. So she was at the hotel, and she was with another dude, and he just by chance thought it could be me. And I didn't text him that night. So he's like, what are you doing here? You always let me know you're coming. Because I'd always go score when I'm over there, you know?
So it looks bad. It looks
super bad. So it was like an angel. Like, this is why I always say, like, God's hand's been on my life the whole way through. So many miracles, right? A guy, so there's 3 floors. We're on the 2nd floor now. A guy opens the door. He heard the commotion, and he's just like a worker in town doing construction or something, right? It's like 3:30 in the morning. He hears these maniacs outside, and he's like, hey, what? He's like, what the fuck are y'all doing? And blah, blah, blah. The kid dropped the gun to his side, and it was like I watched the spirit of murder drain out of his body, dude. And he looks at me, and he's like, Boston, you ain't here seeing her? And I said, nah, man. I'm upstairs with her. I'm almost like my pants, Bill. I mean, come on, a loaded gun to the face. Yeah. And he puts the gun in my ribs and takes me up to the room. And we're knocking on the door. I'm like, hey, you got to come out here. I'm like, you got to tell this dude, you know. She didn't answer the door. She pulled the blinds on the window back, like the door's here. And she's like, yeah, he's with me. He's telling the truth. He's with me. And the guy ends up letting me go, right? So that was one night. I think that was like a Saturday night, right? So I go home the next day. You know, I think I went to sleep actually, right? And I wake up, and I had one of those big bongs that would sound like a helicopter when it's taken off. And it's like a big Gatorade bottle contraption, right?
Yeah.
And it's got a pipe on the end of it.
Yeah.
So you know, I get up and whatever, I do my thing. My live-in girlfriend at the time, she was supposed to clean the house that night, right? But whenever she smoked weed, she would get real lazy, right? So I saw a nickel bag on the countertop. Now it's about 6 o'clock at night or whatever. Sun's starting to go down. My shift's about to start. So I don't even smoke weed, right? I would never touch that garbage.
Yeah.
No way. So I grab it and I shove it in my sock. And I head out to work. I'm like, hey, don't forget to clean the crib, all right? So I go. The town's dry. I've got like a little something just in case, you know, you can't figure something out. Because, you know, if I didn't have anything left, you know the girl's going to leave. That's 100%, right?
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to go into withdrawals either, right? You start going crazy from withdrawals from meth. It's all mental, right?
That's like you get spun, right? When you're coming down, you get spun out.
You just start feeling super mean, and your forehead starts to feel like it's swelling out of your head. It's a wild feeling, agitated. It's like you're a demon. And so I'm driving around. The whole town's dry, and I'm like, I know 50 dealers. I'm like, what's going on, man? Nobody had anything, which tells me it all probably comes from one big source. Really, that's what it looks like when the whole city's dry. You know, I'm driving around and I'm trying to score, right? You're on full audio visual, man. Okay? So you got to be very careful how you move. Okay? So I'm driving around. I'm talking to people in the taxi. Stupid. I'm getting desperate, right? I never did that. All the rules that I set for myself were out the window. Every time you got in my car, seatbelts on. It's the dumbest reason to get pulled over. If you know what I mean? So I'm like, no booze in the car, nobody smoking weed in the car, nothing stupid. I had all these rules, right? I checked my taillights. I thought I was like a professional wheelman, right? Checking all the bulbs, everything. But I was like, I'm not getting pulled over for something stupid. Yeah. So that night I'm cruising around, nothing. But I finally meet these guys, right? Or this one guy, and he knows another guy, and he's like, listen, he called him. He's like, meet him at this gas station. This is a stranger, by the way. I've never dealt with these people. That's how desperate you get, right? Wow. So I dropped the guy off. He's like, meet him up. It was like 3 exits away. I was falling asleep frequently during that time. Like I'm doing a couple weeks before this, I'm doing like 80 miles an hour, and there's a turn that goes up like this and goes up a bridge. So there's a wall right in front of you. And I remember I felt like something slapped me in the back of the head, and I woke up and I was heading right for this wall, and I slammed on the brakes and I took the turn. I was driving those old cop cars, Crown Vic Police Interceptor models. They like turn. Whoa. Yeah, and they turn on a dime. It's like the Blues Brothers, right?
Yeah.
So I hit the brakes, and then I skidded. I hit the gas and go up, and it's like I pulled over, and I'm like, I'm shaking. But that happened a couple weeks before. I'm always falling asleep. I wake up with my foot on the brake pedal at a stoplight, and I'd come to, and cars would be whizzing by me. If I had slipped off the brake pedal, I would have been done. So like God's hand's been on my life the whole time, man, walking me through, right? I mean, I'm using off the floor. There's homeless people in my house. My trap house, it was my grandparents' house, became this demonic fun house, a carnival, just an underground railroad stop in the world of. I mean, the cast of characters, the evil spirits, all of it.
You're bringing strangers home. Yeah, come over. God. You can sleep on the floor, no problem.
Oh, right? We would have just full-on debaucherous parties and orgies and pornography. We'd have porn playing on the TV like it was elevator music. My dad's an accountant, and I'm living with him, the poor guy, right?
What was he thinking? Did he ever come to you and be like, what the hell is going on? Like, did he ever...
Well, yeah, and he was always trying to get me help or whatever, but my dad was an alcoholic too, and we were just slipping. He was a talented businessman and everything. He did not want to put me out. It was like the love of Christ. Like he didn't know he was hurting me. That's why addiction in families is so dangerous, because somebody enables you. Like I was using his house. He's paying all the bills. I have a $4,000 a month drug habit, and I can't pay the electric bill. So he's paying everything. He's feeding half of these idiots that come over when they're coming down, you know? And he was really a great guy. He was an awesome person. And like, I've had to do a lot of work about forgiving myself for what I put him through. He saw the most gnarly fights between me and these girls, like crazy. I mean, it's in the book, man. It's absolute pandemonium. Okay. So all of that's going on. I'm driving, and I get like 2 exits away. Now, this is where you're going to want to show this picture, okay? The one of the accident scene. This is the beginning of a major spiritual awakening in a journey that blows the human mind. And God gave me all the receipts to back it up, which is the craziest part, okay? So I'm driving. I get like 2 exits away, and I hear honking horns. It's one of those balmy October nights. The fog is rolling in off the ocean. Palm trees are covered with fog. You can barely see. It's like a blanket covering the whole city, right? So I hear honking horns, and I wake up, and I see lights. Happen like twice. I fall asleep the 3rd time. I'm 1 exit away. I woke up, and I heard a loud crash. Boom. And I woke up and looked down at the speedometer. I was airborne doing like 70 miles an hour. I flew off the highway and went onto the feeder road and cut across. You know, in a movie when you see like slow motion?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, you hear about that stuff, but when it really happens to you, it's the most freaky experience ever. I saw everything in like frames. So the first one, I'm skidding. All 4 tires are popped and I'm sliding, and there's rubber, smoke, everything. And I'm seeing all this in like slow-mo. I go towards it and I go, the first thought was, oh, shit, that's concrete. Like I knew what I was about to hit, right? It was this massive sign made of concrete, like a pole, and then a sign on top of it. It looked like the size of a redwood tree, Bill.
Yeah.
And I'm skidding towards it and I'm like, oh no. Then I saw the face of my daughter. That's her when she was little. Like, that's why I put that there with that symbol. Because I saw her face and this peace came over me. And like real quick, like I got right with God in an instant. And I accepted my death and I knew I was going to die. And then the third thing I saw, it was like the nose of the taxi touched, and it was like a concussion, like a nuclear weapon had gone off inside the confines of that taxi.